Hello, and welcome to Life's Beating Heart. This is going to be a private reading for Rainey. Thank you very kindly for reaching out to me and requesting this. Thank you for trusting me with your energy and with advising you on such a big, important decision. I'm very honored. So I want to first. I already have set the intention here to tune in with you and your energy. I have your note open here still as well. I'm tuning into your energy, and I'm intending to channel your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors. Any messages that they might have for you, as well as I have here the two decisions that you're weighing between the two potential homes that you're choosing between here. I wrote on a piece of paper. I have on one side the one you're currently living in, and then on the left side, and then on the right side of here I have the one that you're considering to move to. So we're going to pull some cards to get a sort of general vibe or general energy for each place. And then, depending what comes out, we will go from there. Also, this is perhaps irrelevant in detail, but just to mention it, I guess. Right before I sat down to record this, when I opened my laptop and I opened YouTube, the first thing in my recommendations was a Reiki video for removing energy. What is it called? Removing anything haunting you or your home. Okay, so that's playing in the background just in case there's any energies haunting you or either of these potential houses. I don't, because that's weird, because I've never seen that video. That video's never been recommended to me before. And then you asked me to do a reading about these houses, which house to live in, and then it's a Reiki video for haunted houses. But okay, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to scare you here, but if there is anything like that, it's being cleared out as well, just so you know. Yes, okay, so let's see. What do I want to start with? I did touch this deck first, so I think I'll start with this one first. And we're going to start with the house that you're currently in. So what, angel, spirit guides, ancestors, help me. Let's see, what is the energy of the current house where Rainey is living? Roll. Yeah, a bunch of cards flew out. All right. First, we have the miser. This would be the Four of Pentacles. Sorry, that's funny. That's nearly on the nose. All right, and then these three came together. Interesting. Let's see. We have. I always struggle to hold the cards like a reasonable human being, man. Okay, hold on. If there's three of them, I'm like, what do I do? Okay, because I don't want to block any of. All right, we have aloneness, abundance, and politics. Okay. Mm-hmm. How do I want to do this? Let me think. Do I want to clarify these ones first? Do I want to stay fully in this energy or pull the cards for both? Okay. I do want to... yeah, I'm inclined to put this aside and clarify these cards first. So let's see. No, I'm not inclined. See, this is your energy. You're so indecisive. What do I do? I don't even know how to approach the reading. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, hold on. That's so funny. All right. Now let's clarify this new potential house that you're considering moving to. This farmhouse that you're considering to potentially move to. Angel, spirit guides, ancestors. What is the energy of this potential new house here? It feels so weird how they came out. That's like 5 all in a clump. I don't know if I should take those. I mean, my guess. You also got a clump on the other one, but these two came out really smoothly. Take these first. We got maturity. There's the Ace of Pentacles. We got inner voice. There's the High Priestess. Okay. Oh god, we got this whole clump something here. Okay. I'll show you. I guess there's no way I can hold them all at once, so we gotta show them one at a time. Let's see. Understanding. That's the Page of Cups. Compromise would be the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Yes. Adventure would be the Page of Pentacles. Consciousness would be the Ace of Swords. And New Vision would be the Hanged Man. Okay. Hold on. Now I gotta figure out how to arrange all these on my table. It's kind of a lot. But I can understand why it's a lot, because you're asking like a pretty major question, which might, determine the whole, next few course of the next decades of your life, perhaps. So there might be a lot involved here. I get why it's a big decision. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use... Ooh, I have the Master on the bottom of the deck. That's cool. Good sign. So I'm going to use this new deck I got recently. This is specifically for clarifying cards. Right. So we're going to use this to clarify each of the things I've pulled out here, and then I will start going into the interpretation part. So thank you for being patient with me as I get all of the things onto the table here. All right. Let's start with the Miser energy. Let's clarify the Miser, please. Angel, spirit guides, ancestors. What is this Miser energy? Concisely, please. please be concise with the cards here. Thank you. That's not concise at all. It's like a lot of cards, bro. Why? Okay. I will show you these, but it's like 6 cards, and I do think we need to probably shuffle again. But it's maybe relevant, so I will show you. The Shackles and the Pierced Heart, which is like the Devil and the 3 of Swords. The Deep Water and the Double-Edged Sword would be the Queen of Cups and the Page of Swords. And then the Nest and the Hot Drink, which would be the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. Okay. So, yes, what am I seeing here? So, the Miser energy, especially because it's in the position of your current home, there's a sense of like clinging on, not wanting to let go, like not wanting to lose what you have. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's very much like you don't want to like let go of where you're currently at. You almost feel bound to it in a way with this, like the shackles, and it's your nest. Like, I understand why. It's like you've made a home here, you've made a nest here. It's given you a lot in a way, like with the hot drink, it's like giving you this sort of like nurturing, or like provided you with this. There was a time when it was, like kind of like someone giving you a hot cocoa on a a cold winter's day. Like it might have been a blessing for you at one point in your life. This home that you're in, it might have been like a treasure coming in for you at that time. And now, but now it's like time has passed, and you've like you're older, and you but it's like there's a sense of like clinging on to this treasure now. Because with the pierced heart, the deep water, and the double-edged sword, like hard is difficult energy. It's like painful, painful energy. What's going on with this? It's like because the pierced heart's the three of swords, and the double-edged sword. There's like literally blood being drawn here on this, and then this heartbreak card, or like in this card, we're actually seeing the swan bleeding out in the water here, and we have this deep water. So there's a sense of like, and the deep water. So the deep water is still and calm here right now. There is a different card that shows the stormy seas, which would be, like if these deep waters were tumultuous. But right now the waters are very calm. There's maybe a sense of not wanting to rock the boat for sure. And let's see, and like not wanting to like make the wrong choice with the double-edged sword. The double-edged sword talks about the mind, the nature of the mind, the trickiness of it, the dualistic aspect of it, and then yeah, not wanting to get hurt or not wanting to like fuck yourself over with like your choice. I get it. It's kind of, yeah, I get it, but we're gonna put all these back in the deck and we're gonna start again. I'm gonna try that again. Let's clarify this card again, please. Please clarify the miser card concisely. Okay, we got the crossed keys, which talks about like the key to a situation. This being like there being like the solution here. Something to do with like the clinging or the holding. Either the clinging or the letting go is going to be the solution here. So, but wait, that's not clear at all, because that could be either the. That's not a clear answer at all. But this kind of already first card already kind of has the key or the answer like within it. Kind of is what the key is saying, or maybe like what I just previously told you with that whole clump of cards, like already kind of gave you something important. I don't know, but anyway, that's what it's saying. It's like the key is already there. All right, let's clarify the aloneness card next. Oh my god, bro, what's this? It's kind of intense. Got the nightmare and the restraints. Jeez, jeez. What is this? It's kind of dark, heavy energy. What is this? What is going on here? Look at this. Aloneness is the hermit card, and you got clarified with the 8 of swords and the 9 of swords. Like aloneness, the nightmare, and the restraints. Well, there's a lot of fear and anxiety going on here. That's what I'll say first of all. Feeling like your hands are tied in a situation here. Interesting. There could be a sense here of like trying to go within and tune into your inner voice and only getting like your fear based mind instead. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to quiet the mind to like listen into like a deeper sense of wisdom here, but instead just getting this like, this the mental demons, the fear based voices kind of chit chattering to you when you try to like tune into yourself here. Interesting. there's a sense of, with the restraints, like this house may come to feel like limiting or at a point. I don't know. We'll see. I might, that's what I want to say at this point, but I might say something different later. We'll see. Oh, hold on. Let me clarify the abundance card. Let's clarify this one next. This is the King of Pentacles. Let's clarify abundance. Right. I'm going to put the one back that was face down. Two came face up, which is kind of cool, especially given the details of what you told me about your current house, which is the good view and the cold cliffs. The good view and the cold cliffs. Now, interesting, because you said from your current house, you actually have at least a tiny little bit of a good view of the lake, which is actually in this card. There's like the good view of the lake here, or the water, right? It's kind of cool how that came out. And then you have the cold cliff. So this is the Three of Wands, and this is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, the cold cliffs, talks about facing the, oh, I'm sorry, why did I get so loud? Okay. Facing the reality of a situation, facing the hard, cold truth, the facts of a situation here, the reality, the cold, hard truth of a situation. Like not sugarcoating it, looking at it for what it is. Now, what I want to say with this, again, I want to say that there was certainly a time that this was a very abundant situation for you, this house. Like moving here when you first moved there is, and like all the time that you've had there, it's probably been wonderful. Like it probably was like a dream come true or a manifestation of your abundance for a phase of your life and a period of your life. The good view kind of does imply as well, though, of new manifestations coming in, because it's the ships coming in card. It's the Three of Wands. It talks about like ships coming in over the horizon here. Yeah. And also because you talked quite extensively about the amount of natural light coming in through the windows being a sort of important factor for you here. And I do want to point out that we're looking through a window at a sunrise coming in here. If you see, it's like we're looking through the window at a sunrise. So like the amount of natural light coming in versus this one, the cold cliffs, there's not really any light in the card. It's kind of like there is light, of course, in the back. You know what I'm saying? You can tell it's daytime. It's not like a nighttime scene, but the light is being blocked. We're only getting like indirect sunlight on this cold cliffs card, which I know that's a message for you. So, right. So it's like looking at the cold, hard facts of the situation, and it's like, um, hmm. Now it's funny because it's like both this and that are true about your current place. Like it is on one hand for you, it still kind of is this good view, and then it is also this cold cliffs energy. Like and there's a fascinating. It didn't come out like this way and that way, but it would have been cool if it did. It came out the other way. Hold on, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you see how on the abundance card there's like a sun and a moon, or like I guess it's a sun and a moon, but there's like a yellow side and a blue side, and that's kind of the same energy here. There's like a more yellowy side energy here and a bluish sort of energy here, but they're like reversed. Like it didn't come out like this. It would have been cooler if it came out like like this. You know what I'm saying? Because then they would have been like aligned on the abundance card, but they aren't. But then maybe there's something in it like for you about that. Like there's a kind of like yin yang symbol energy here. So it's like this kind of current home does sort of contain a seed of both of these things here for you, which is kind of interesting. But at the same time, there is a sort of promise of like better over the horizon here with the good view card. All right, let's clarify the politics. Let's clarify the politics card next, please, and thank you. Let's see. This guy, this is a 7 of Swords. This little snaky boy over here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, wait. Wait. Before I move on, before I shuffle the deck. Motherfucker. Look at the bottom. The shadow in the window. What is it about the windows? There's only 2 cards in this whole deck that have anything to do with windows, and it's this one and that one. Like, what? What? Whoa. Okay, interesting. Yeah, there's really something important about the windows. Whoa. Okay. Wait, is this the... This is also the 7 of Swords. No. Whoa. It's so crazy when that happens. I was just about to clarify the 7 of Swords, and then as I picked up the deck to do it, the 7 of Swords clarifier card was already on the bottom, and it's telling me more about like those windows or the natural light or like light and shadows coming through the windows. Whoa. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Clarify the politics card, please. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. We had the uncarved pentacle. The uncarved pentacle. That talks about the 8 of Pentacles. It talks about potential. It talks about doing the work to actually like carve the pentacle here. Now, clarifying the politics card, it's almost like there's a sense of, yeah, like what you were kind of telling me of, mm, mm, there's a sense of like a lack of faith of being able to like do the work necessary here. Yeah, that's kind of interesting message. Because the politics card, like I'm sensing like a lack of faith in this one. Or like there's a lot of like mental energy with it, of course, naturally, and it's the mind going back and forth and just not like trusting that in your ability or in the ability to do all of the work that would be necessary with the uncarved pentacle. Because it's like it's going into the next energy already because the uncarved because the next energy is the maturity card, which is the Ace of Pentacles. So like I'm about to transition into talking about the new house, and then as I get like it's the energy is already starting to blend over on this table here because this card and this card are kind of like same energy here. So what I'm sensing is like you're being handed this blank opportunity for this like new house, and you're sort of skeptical of your ability to capitalize on it or to like do all the work necessary to like actually turn it into something, which like yeah, understandable. But there's also a sense of falseness with the politics card. Like the politics card could be like a lot of mental noise, as well, or like self lies, or just like like thoughts that like not that you're intentionally lying to yourself, but just thoughts like that are fear based thinking. With this nightmare and the restraints card back here, like it's like when you're alone and in your thought processes here, it's like there's a lot of this energy coming up. Like these are all kind of similar energies for me here right now. and it might be distorting your perceptions of like your capacity to deal with everything or something. I don't know. Or like, yeah. Okay. Interesting. Because like the politics, it's like it's again, it's not that you're necessarily intentionally lying to yourself, but it's just such fear-based thinking going on here that it's not might not be an accurate reflection of reality is or like, is what I want to say here with that. All right, we're gonna move on. Moving on. All right, let's move on to this clarifying the cards on this side for this new potential home. First, we. Oh, okay. Wait, do I take that one? That just fell out. It just I wasn't even trying to. I'll show it to you, but then we're gonna shuffle again. So I was about to ask to clarify the maturity card. All right, as I did that, we got the hammer and chisel, which I do believe would be the three of pentacles, and it talks about the carving a potential out of something, carving the potential out of like raw material here. It's like there's like raw material being given to you, and then it's like a sense of like having to do the work of like carving the potential out of it into form. Okay, but I do want to pull a different card still because that I didn't like. I don't know. It just I wasn't even like shuffling. It just like I was just trying to hold. I was just fidgeting with the cards. It just tipped off. I don't know. It's weird. Um, yeah. So that's spirit guides, angels, ancestors. What do we need to know about the maturity card? So oh wait, hold on. I did want to say about it. So it is the Ace of Pentacles. It represents a personal growth or like an inner growth or like a sense of personal maturity or like a possibility for inner growth. Yeah, anyway, let's go on. Clarify this maturity card in the context of their new Rainy's new potential home. Whoo-hoo. Okay, you got 4 cards there, and I will take them. I will. However, I guess I'll put them on the table like this. Because actually, you know, at the beginning, like you had a whole bunch fall out for the first card of the other thing. So I think these, because it is such a big decision, I think there is like a lot of complex energies being brought in here. So that's why it's coming out in this way. A lot of things to be in consideration here. So interesting. So first we have the flowering field. This would be the Page of Pentacles, which you have twice on this side. You also have the adventure card, which is the Page of Pentacles, which is kind of nice with this maturity card because the maturity card, she's also flowering. There's like a double message of this like flowering energy on this side here. Now we also have the following eel. The following eel. This is the 6 of Swords. We have the hot drink, which is the 4 of Cups. And we have the paper lanterns. That's a good omen. That's the 10 of Pentacles. That's a good omen. All right. So, interesting. The flowering field, Page of Pentacles, would say, so it's like, that is a message of like looking for like-minded or similar energies. And it's saying like, because it's the Page of Pentacles and it's saying like, whatever sort of new vibe or new venture, new whatever you're going into, there's going to be also like companions or people who can like assist you on that journey or like-minded spirits or like something like this. And so it's saying like there's going to be like other flowers in the field that are like your same type of flowers. So there's like maybe a sense of like weird somehow on some level like collaboration that could come from this, but also like a sense of just the energy is like kind of positive and flowering. It's like a sense of like that there being a some amount of potential here with the eight, the maturity card, which has like flowering kind of in it, and then this flowering field, kind of like this open field. Now there's not like it's not like developed, um, but it's like an open potential. The following eel talks about traumas, or like this one talks about things following you from the past. Um, Problems, kind of basically something slippery and hard to get rid of, following you from the past. So it is in this context saying that this opportunity is not fully like without strings attached or problems to it. Um, yeah, I mean, you're aware of that, but it's not saying that that's a bad thing, because under that we have the hot drink and the paper lanterns. The hot drink, again, I think I explained this earlier, is like someone offering you hot cocoa on a cold winter's day. It's like a compassionate offer. It's a loving offer. Now this could be life, sort of, universe extending you a cup of love, a cup of a blessing here. And then the paper lanterns is just straight up like good luck, good fortune, like abundance. It's just the 10 of Pentacles. It's just like happy home life, or like, abundant home kind of energy to it, because it is the 10 of Pentacles is the sort of foundation or the home, or like legacy, generational legacy kind of thing, long lasting. And so the paper lantern specifically talks about like good luck, or like blessings, or abundant, you know what I'm saying, abundance, or like good fortune kind of thing. um so although this is just a seed, this is just the Ace of Pentacles, it's like in time. It's like you take care of the flowering fields. There is a sense that it very has the potential to grow into a full like 10 of Pentacles situation there. All right, next let's clarify the inner voice. Please and thank you, spirit guides, angels, ancestors. What do we need to know about the inner voice? Oh, oh yes. Oh yes. That makes perfect sense. So we got the clouds and we got the rope. This would be the Hanged Man and the 7 of Cups. So the clouds talks about your mind being clouded, your perspective being clouded, or not being able to see clearly the whole situation because you can't see through the clouds. It's like the sky is still there, the clear sky still exists behind the clouds, but from your perspective, you can't really see the clarity, um, because of the clouds. It's kind of taking me back to this energy here, where I was saying, like, when you're in your aloneness, you're being haunted by all that kind of fucking shit, right? And then there's this the rope card. The Hanged Man talks about, of course, the rope being the means of suspension. So the rope is the tool by which the Hanged Man shifts his perspective here. It's the means by which he gains that clarity, and by turning his world upside down here. There's a message in the rope card of taking any kind of challenges or obstacles in your life and learning how to use them for your advantage as well. So any delays, blockages, obstacles, anything, use those as opportunities to connect with your inner voice in a deeper way. And that often entails shifting your perspective of how you're looking at those things. So if you're looking at a blockage or an obstacle or something in a negative light, or as a negative thing, or you're looking at your fears or your nightmares or something as like things that are somehow restraining you, um, actually they could be helping you. Here's a really fascinating thing. Oh, with the rope and the restraints. Oh, fuck me. Wait a sec. Hold on. Wait. I just got something brilliant here. with the rope and the restraints, like literally, the rope is the restraints here. The restraints are the rope. You could use the own Eight of Swords energy, the Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, this anxiety, fucking terrible, nasty, like shit energy, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could use this actually to your advantage. You could turn it on its head and get in connection with your inner voice and your clarity through your anxiety. Like, you could actually repurpose, alchemize your fearful thoughts and anxiety if you actually go a little bit deeper to the roots of figuring out like what all that's coming from. And you could actually transmute that nightmarish, anxious energy into clarity for yourself here, which is fascinating. No, that's not normally how that goes. That's normally like the thing that blocks us from our clarity. But there's a sense of being like, you with the rope and the restraints. The rope is the tool through which you can change your perspective. So it's like you could use your own limitations of your own thought process to free yourself from the limitations of your thought process or the anxious thinking, if that makes sense. That's kind of insane, but I think I hope you can get something from that. Okay. All right, now we had this whole thing, which was like one big clump of energy, and I don't know how to clarify it. Like, do I clarify them one by one? Do I try and analyze this and like cut it up into parts, or do I clarify it as a clump? Okay. I do want to take it into parts here for you. Wow. Okay. Because there is a sense that like if you embark on this new path, it's gonna be a big adventure. It's gonna be liberating in a sense, but there's gonna be compromises that have to be made as well in order to like make it work practically. Interesting. And then the consciousness card at the end. All right, here I'll show you what I'm seeing again because I showed you these earlier, but let me show you now what I'm looking at. You have two cards. You have adventure, and then it's sandwiched by these two cards that are giving me this sense of like a lot of freedom in a way. But it's not freedom because you're going to be tied down with the compromise. You're going to be tied down to a farm. It's not freedom in that sense. But at the same time, it's making your dreams come true. Like, it is an adventure. It's this awesome adventure. But yeah, there's like a new vision, adventure, and then the understanding card. Okay, wait, we're going to do this one at a time. And then we had also the compromise and the consciousness on the end. Cool. All right. How do I do this? New vision first. I'm going to clarify the new vision card. Let's see. What do we need to know about the new vision card? Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. What does Rainy need to know about this new vision? Ooh, that's beautiful. You got the ibises. It's a star card. This new vision is a winner. That's kind of what it's saying. It's a star card. The ibises. It's just like blessed. It's like divinely like. Wait a sec. I'm inclined to read this one to you. I haven't read any of these other ones yet, but I'm inclined to read the ibises from this book in case there's like something for you here. Oh, it's make art about it. Oh, okay, that's what it's saying. Oh, yeah, it might help you to connect with that inner voice or get past that blockage of the mind. That's interesting. So this could be one way for you to circumvent your, how do I say this? Circumvent all of the logical problems or the thought processes to make art about it, to make art about your new vision here. All right. So the ibises stand in the stars' pool, a spring of inspiration and deep understanding. These birds are symbols of the Egyptian god Thoth, considered the inventor of all arts. Creativity is the human way of channeling what is going on in our unconscious minds. Human beings have a deep desire to communicate what we know and feel on a deeper level, but such things resist description. So, what do? We make art. We write poetry, we create music, we strum our guitars, and we paint and we draw and we weave tapestries and we ask over and over again, do you see it? Do you see me? The ibises urge you to create. It is time to access that deep pool of understanding and see how it is translated by your own creativity. The ibises suggest that the card they land on is informed by or would benefit from the process of investigating the internal indescribable truths through creativity. Interesting. So it's wanting you to like, the advice for that part is actually like do like an art project about your new about the new farm home there, or maybe like a, instead of a pro and con list, like do uh a painting or something of each of the energies of each of the places, and then look at it like that. So it might give you a different perspective on them, you know. Kind of cool message. All right, let's clarify the adventure card here. Oh, well, if that's not on the fucking nose, it's a farm. It's literally a farm. You got the fertile earth. So you're talking about moving to a farm, and then you got this card, which is like literally a farm. So it's the fertile earth is the king of pentacles, I do believe. It would be the king card. Is it the king? Let me double check. No, it's not. It's the Knight of Pentacles. That's why I checked. Okay, so it's the Knight of Pentacles. There's a page and the Knight of Pentacles here. So the Knight of Pentacles, that's a very different message, because that does imply that absolutely, yes, you're going to have to put in work, and it's going to be work, and it's going to be like work. But it's not saying that you can't do the work, and it'll be fun. You'll have fun doing it. It'll be an adventure. It's not out of your capacity here, as you might fear with this politics card and the uncarved pentacle. Like, I know there's a sense of being afraid of like biting off more than you'll be able to chew in the long run, but there's a sense here of like, no, actually, it's within your capacity. And it will be like a very fertile investment that will start to pay dividends and produce abundance, not only for yourself, but also for your community. Or like produce an abundance that you're able to share with others on some level. That's what the fertile earth card talks about. It's like, because you had the flowering fields card and the fertile earth. So both of these cards are talking about land, just straight up like land, perhaps acquiring land indeed. Now this one is like, this is just a more of like in its like raw natural state, whereas this is talking about like land which has been, you know, like human effort has been put into cultivate it into something which then produces more over time, or you know what I'm saying, produces like creates like a lifestyle thing. Yeah. All right. Like something sustainable over the long term, and then starts producing abundance, for future generations or for a community or something here. Okay, cool. This is turning out pretty cool. This is pretty nice reading. All right, we're going to clarify the understanding card next. It's like really chaotic looking on my table. I'm glad I'm I'm glad you can't see my table right now. But it's the messages are coming out well. All right, let's clarify the understanding card next. Oh, okay. You got the mask, which is the moon card. Okay. All right, this doesn't entirely make sense to me, but maybe it will make sense to you. But okay, so the understanding card talks about like a level of liberation achieved by just like understanding something different, like understanding that you have the freedom like all along or something, or like it's like the limitations are in your imagination kind of thing. And then the mask card talks about like connecting with your wild animal nature, connecting with your wild side a little bit more, like dance in the moonlight kind of shit, like howl at the moon, like connect with your wild side kind of energy, like liberate yourself, free yourself, free your mind. Whoa, I don't know. The moon energy is weird though. It's really weird. But I'm doing this for you on this Sagittarius full moon as well, and then we got this full moon card, or the full moon in the card here. We got, you know, and I actually, this is the first time using this deck. This is the first time I've only had this deck for like a week, but this is the very first time I pulled this card out. By the way, for any readings, what? Whoa, excuse me, kind of a weird one. But it's some I don't even understand, but maybe you'll understand this message, which is saying something. There's something important here for you about oh, excuse me, about letting your wild side out or like connecting with your animal nature. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to clarify the compromise card next. This one is something important there. Let's clarify that one, please. Clarify compromise. Okay. Oh. Hmm. I've got two cards about light. Got the sunflower and the lantern. And then the potter's cup on the bottom of the deck. The potter's cup talks about happiness that you make for yourself. The nine of cups talks about like wish fulfillment, but it's like handmade. You have to make it yourself, kind of thing. You do the work to like make your own wish fulfillment, make your own cups. And you got the lantern here, which talks about the inner light, and then you have the sunflower, which talks about the outer light, the sun, happiness. What is this message? I'm confused. Okay, compromise. There's something about like don't compromise your inner light for the outer light, or like the what? I don't. That doesn't. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I've lost the plot. So I hope this makes sense to you. But there's a sense of like not compromising one for the other, like both. You need both, or I don't know. I don't know. But there's a sun on both of these cards. Bam. Like, and there's a sun on this fertile earth card and on the good view card. So, um, I mean, I just want to go back to talking about the windows again and the sunlight coming in through the windows, because that does seem to be like maybe the most important factor of the whole reading. It's like kind of crazy. Um, there is a lot of potential here for happiness with the sunflower card, and like the lantern talks about like the inner journey. So like yeah, like finding the light within as well, or like fulfillment within. I think with the compromise card, yeah. So there was a sense of like you were talking about concern about not being able to like do enough of all the work. So the lantern card talks about, because it is the aloneness card in the hermit. So when I saw the lantern, I'm brought back again to this hermit card over here, which was talking about aloneness, and it was talking about the fears here. So there's a sense of like being afraid of like that you'll end up having to do it all alone. Um, but it's kind of like reassuring you that don't worry. Like it's just and 9/19. That's my birthday. What the fuck? Why? How is that relevant? Why? Why, Matthew? Why? Why am I in this reading? 9/19. That's my birthday. Whatever. Okay, never mind. Okay, this message, it's compromised. I don't know. It's very positive. It's wanting you to just not worry with the sunflower card. It's just saying like don't worry, don't worry, be happy, or like trust it'll all be okay. I don't know. I guess if you feel that way, if you can trust, can you trust? Yeah. Now, while I was shuffling, I did see, it didn't actually end up popping out, but I did see again that Three of Pentacles card, which talks about like the having to like carve something out of like raw potential. And yeah, so I think that's like the only thing holding you back, to be honest, is like the biggest thing holding you back. I think you would just go for it if it wasn't for your fear of it like being too much work for you and you biting off more than you can chew. But it's the cards so far are trying to reassure you primarily like that's like that you don't have that's going to be okay, or that'll all work out, or it'll be an adventure and you can take it like step by step by step by step. Yeah. All right, last card, very last card, very, very, very final card on the table. We have the Consciousness, which would be the Ace of Swords. Let's clarify that one. Whoa! All right, you got 5 cards came out, and they all seem relevant. So I'm going to have to show you them all. And I have one in the middle, which is, I think, like the main one, and you have 2 really difficult energies, 2 pairs of difficult energies. Like it's like sandwiched here. So on one side you have the sharpened spear and the weight. The sharpened spear and the weight, which would be the 7 of Wands and 10 of Wands. On the other side, sandwiching this energy, you have the ill-gotten gains and the winter storm, which would be the 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. And then in the middle, you have the Hopa, which is celebration. And then on the bottom of the deck, you have the double-edged sword, which is again talking about the mind and telling me this is all in your mind. It's all in your mind. It's like you're going fucking crazy in your mind here. Because this talks about getting clarity of mind. Clarity of mind. Now, the way it came out, like I said, there's 5 cards. This was dead center here. So this is the one, like this is the clarifier card, like which would just be like, say, like celebration. So it would kind of be encouraging you to go for this like new option here and just like celebrating it, and like it is a blessing for you here. But you're worried about like taking on too much burdens. You're worried about getting it somehow like stabbing you in the back, or like, you know, fucking you over in the end because you took on too heavy of a burden and you couldn't lift it, and then da da da, and then it ends up like fucking like, you know, backstabbing you in a way. Or like a sense here of like literally like, yeah, there's like literally this hand getting stabbed with a sword here on this other side, this winter storm card, like being left out in the cold, like ending up like with nothing, or like losing your home and your possessions and your, or like having things. Just like so much like fear energy, fear, and it's all in your mind, it's all in your head, and you're just mind fucking yourself with it here. Now I get it, because it's like you're being very responsible, like you're doing your due diligence. That's a fun tongue twister. You're doing your due diligence. All right, I do want to go back to the beginning here and tell you how there was a key all along in the miser card, because the key all along might just be to loosen your grasp on what you already have. like not hold on so tight for fear of losing what the treasures you already have here. That's kind of the message here, especially with these ill-gotten swords. Well, it's not that your swords are ill-gotten here, but there's a sense though of being what this combined with the ill-gotten swords combined with the winter storm. This energy is telling me that there's a fear here of that it's like if I try to, I already have a good situation, but if I like want something better for myself and my future and my family's future, that if I try and pursue something better, I'm somehow gonna be like being like greedy or like trying to like overextend, or it's like why take a risk when I already have something like workable, or kind of thing. So like why take a risk and potentially lose it all? I feel like you feel like it would be like gambling and going all in, and potentially like losing the treasures that you already have accumulated to this point. However, the key here is going to be to drop the miserly energy, to release yourself from that fears. Um, yeah, because this is super positive energy for you, and it's not that it's gonna, you're well aware that it's gonna come with like hard work, but there's nothing on the table indicating that that's beyond your capacity, and that you will get support along the way as it's um, relevant. Um, yeah, and then on this other side, there's a sense of just needing to drop the burdens, like the weight here being like the sense of uh, well, it's a 10 of Wands, and sometimes it talks about our responsibilities in a very direct way, but and like taking like things off your platter in that kind of way. But what it's kind of saying for me more here is like the emotional weight or the mental weight on your shoulders here, and it's more like, again, specifically like fear energies, like the nightmare and the restraints card, the eight of swords and the 9 of swords. There's like a fear here of life come somehow stabbing you in the back in this way, and what it's saying is that, like, no, you actually can trust. You can trust. I think you can trust. That's the vibe I'm getting here. Um, yeah. Wow. All right. So I'm going to end the reading here. I hope that was insightful and helpful for you here. Of course, please use your own discernment um, and all of that to know how this applies to your life and how to apply these messages and which of these actually truly resonate with you. Yeah. I never really know how to end these videos, but I think I will just end it with my regular catchphrase that I have now, which is until next time, with more words from the heart.